Hello everyone, I am going to explain you here the mutation, especially the point mutation. Okay, so before going to describe this point mutation, I would like to tell you that genetic code, transcription in prokaryote and eukaryote, I have already made separate video, you can watch them. And for genetic code, how to write genetic code, what is genetic code, the relation between the triplets of bases with amino acid is known as genetic code. So salient features of genetic code, 2 videos I have already downloaded, so you can take help of that. Now, mutation is the alteration in the gene. It is obvious that there is a relation between gene and DNA. Gene is a part of DNA. It's clearly seen because when there is a change in DNA means there is no difference between sugar and sugar and phosphate. Only the change in the base and bases, adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanines are there. Their sequences are changed. And that gives the change in gene. When there is a change in DNA, try to understand. If there is a change in DNA, there is a change in gene, and when there is a change in gene, the functions also change. The better example you have studied here is the point mutation. The mutation is of different types. Point mutation it means there is a change in one base pair or a single base pair or a single base. Such a change is called point mutation. So sickle cell anemia, in chapter 5 we are studying about it. I told you that you can't understand until this genetic code and transcription at all, you will not study. So here try to get the answer. There was a code GAG, and when GAG changed into GUG, try to understand here, the adenine is replaced by uracil. So when adenine is replaced by uracil, so GAG code will change into GUG. Now remember, when you see the genetic code, you will see that, just try to see the genetic code. So in genetic code, there is you can see here, GAG is the code GAG is the code for glutamic acid, and GUG, you can see here, GUG for valine. So when there is a code change in adenine by uracil, the amino acid glutamine, at the place of glutamine there will be valine. So this is the change results in the formation of different nature of the protein present in the blood, and RBC turns sickle cell, and the person suffering from sickle cell anemia. So sickle cell anemia is a typical example of point mutation. You have got this point. Another important things I have left there in genetic code. So if you recombine these, you can get this information, because in NCERT book also it's written that what are the triplets code and what are their abbreviation for amino acid. You just observe, you are observing PHE, ILEU, ILE, MET, BAL, ASP, GLU, etc. So these are the abbreviation for different amino acid. Here I have made for you. This is reference book, you will get this one, but in NCERT it is not given. So you can understand, you can note down here that if there is a PHE, it represents the amino acid, here abbreviation amino acid phenylalanine. Okay. ILE, leucine, ILU, isoleucine, MET, methionine, BAL, valine, ACR, serine, and PRO, proline, THR, threonine, ALA, alanine, and HIS, histidine, GIN, glutamine, ASN, asparagine, ASP, aspartic acid, GLU, glutamic acid, CIS, cysteine, TRP, tryptophan, ARG, arginine, and GLY, glycine. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 amino acids are written here and their abbreviation. If you learn this one, it will be easy to decode whatever be the code given for the amino acid and what will be their full form of amino acid easily. Now, how this happened? The point mutation changes, the whole frame shift is altered, and flips, that is called frame shift mutation. We are going to discuss here with the one typical example. Here, try to understand point mutation is the insertion or deletion of a base in the structural gene. Structural gene, you know, that the part which is going to be transcribed. So, sickle cell anemia is a good example. Now, in addition, here one by one, 3 bases are added. Maybe deletion. Like, suppose that there is a, since the genetic code is triplet, so in the meaning of 3, it is given the example of the words which are all made up of 3 letters. Like the 3 bases makes one amino acid. Okay. So suppose that Ram has red cap. It has a meaning. Ram has red cap. राम के पास लाल टोपी है. अब टोपी बड़ी है या नहीं, छोटी है बड़ी है नहीं, बट राम के पास टोपी है, ये इसका मतलब है. तो जो बेस पेयर्स हैं उनके खास मीनिंग निकले, उनके खास फंक्शंस को रेगुलेट कर रहे हैं. तो यहाँ हमने देखा. अब क्या हो रहा है, 1 by 1 हियर राम हैड नो प्रॉब्लम, बट आफ्टर दैट बी लेटर इज एडेड. बी इज अ बेस, सपोज दैट बेस बी लेटर इज एडेड, so B is here added. Then since codon is triplets, so all set in the group of 3. So B is added here. Then after B, R E comes with here, and D replaced with D, C, A, and P moves forward. Another letter I is added. So B I again E is replaced, and B I R make that group of 3. E, B, and C makes another, and this whole things will be, meaning will be altered. Now again G, third letter G is added, then again they give the same meaning, red cap. The red and cap meaning was deleted, now regain once again, retain them. So in this way, what conclusion we can draw from this observation? From this observation we can conclude that insertion or deletion of 1 or 2 bases, 1 or 2, changes the reading frame. Whole frame is changed. But that insertion or deletion of 3 and its multiple 3 bases, the reading frame remains unaltered. So these mutations, such mutations are called frame shift mutation. Okay. So, in frame shift mutation what happens? Changes. Insertion or deletion of 1 or 2 bases changes the reading frame. Entire reading frame become futile or meaningless. So, mutation, mutation is the cause of cancer. Meaningless cells are produced. And if the 3 and its multiple bases, suppose that big is added and rest remain the same. So such type of mutation is advantageous and brings up evolution. Perhaps the monkey has evolved into human beings by this type of mutation. So I think you easily got this point. Okay, thank you.